Hey everybody, and welcome to the next game that I'm going to play, which is Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened. Now, I'm going to be honest here, I don't know how popular this series is going to be on my channel, because most of my audience likes the military shooters and stuff like that, but I like a lot more genres other than that, and the detective adventure genre is one of them. But, I've said this before, one necessary thing for that is that you actually need to be able to roam free in third or first person in real time, and this game actually has that. There were several Sherlock Holmes games before this, but they were only point and click, and you can play this game both in first person, real time, or point and click. Let's begin, shall we?
Go away, you swine! Leave, or I'll make you bleed!
This game was originally released in 2004.
Could be toting contraband.
Holmes! Help me! Do not fight the calling!
It's Cthulhu.
Blood.
I beg of you, Holmes! Fatigue! Relieve your blood!
Shablat.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It can't end like this.
I actually own a lot of
Again, this nightmare haunts me.
Sherlock Holmes games.
It won't let me forget.
I have the 3 Sherlock Holmes games that come after this also, and they are all first person.
How did this all begin?
So hopefully we can get a good series out of this. Ah, so we go back in the mind of Watson. Here we have, of course, Baker Street. Like I said, I absolutely adore detective adventure games. Things like Vanishing of Ethan Carter, L.A. Noire. But again, it has to be in real time. No static point and clickies. The engine that is used for most of the other Sherlock Holmes games is the same, so you will be seeing literally this same imagery over and over again. Now, they will add some new things to the engine, like better lighting effects or better shadows, but you better get used to this graphic style. I believe after this we have Sherlock Holmes the Nemesis versus the Nemesis, or Sherlock Holmes and the Nemesis. Then we have Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, and then we have the Testament of Sherlock Holmes, and then there's the newest one, which I don't have, which I think is Crime and Punishment. Ah, there we have it, Mr. Holmes. Yes, yes.
Good morning, Holmes.
Good morning,
Looks
Watson.
like a typical London day. Fog in the morning, fog in the afternoon. Ha! And here's a surprise. Fog in the evening.
Well, fog off.
Good morning, Watson.
Good morning.
Can you imagine? I have been at it since 5 a.m. and I scarcely think my list of patients for the day has even been touched. What is more insufferable, I haven't even had a moment with the morning paper. They say the minister will assuredly... Holmes, whatever is the matter? You haven't heard a word I have said.
It is the tedium, my dear Watson. Life is ordinary. The papers are lifeless. Any hint of audacity, and dare I say, romance has vanished from the criminal world.
Holmes, it is only temporary. You know perfectly well that sooner or later an exceptional incident will occur in London or thereabout, which cannot rest till the talents of Sherlock Holmes are called into play. Then it will be up to your agile wit to set things right, which should satisfy your constant need for mental gymnastics.
I hope the heavens hear your words, Watson. I hope they do indeed.
See, Holmes
I
is
must
always
take my
bored.
leave,
He
Holmes.
should play video
I have
games.
an appointment
Of course, they
with a
weren't
rather
back then at the time.
odious man, Captain Stenick. He is apparently in a state with near tachycardia due to some problem involving his manservant. Why don't you get out for a brisk walk, Holmes? Perhaps buy a newspaper or visit that fellow, Barnes, over on Glentworth Street. You might remember him, the bookseller. He has some new volumes of the particular sort that should occupy your mind for a time.
Like crossword puzzles? I like those. Oh, dear Watson. Alright, so, if you want, you can play this game in point and click, which is like this, where you actually move him around like this, and it's more traditional, but with a click on the middle mouse, we go to first person, and I can actually move around, and I'm not walking, I can also run, and it's really cool. So, here we have now a box of matches. With a point of the right mouse, I can go to my inventory. We got a box of matches, we got a knife. Cannot really interact with any of this, though. And you know what? Even though this game is back out 2004, I absolutely do not hate the graphics. I think that they are full of detail. Look at that guy over there. His pipe, so... I think that that is very, very nice. Can I actually go here? Oh.
The strand! The strand! Boy, the strand!
There you go. You can see actually without loading times I can actually go outside. Of course this is probably a game that was only released for PC back at the time, so it was a little bit more advanced. Voice acting, of course, is a little bit meh, but it is a pretty small studio that makes this, and they've been mostly making all the Sherlock Holmes games, so, you know, you gotta give them some respect for that. What's up, kid? Give me a newspaper.
Strand! Strand! Boy, the strand!
So, my young friend, what is the news?
Nothing of interest for the great detective, sir. Those old stuffed shirts ate up half of London at their big scientifical to-do, and some Scandinavia princess is driving the locals wild with curiosity.
A Scandinavian royal is in London? If you and the lads can look sharp and find out more about her visit, there will be some coin for your pockets.
Righto, Mr. Holmes. If there's aught to be found, the irregulars will have it. I'll send the words out to the lads.
Okay. Using child labor.
It is necessary to keep my informants in fighting form.
What the fuck? Yesterday, at the Academy of Sciences, a sumptuous dinner was held for distinguished members of the British scientific community. A central figure at the festivities was astronomer D. Sullivan. This brilliant scientist shocked the world, colleagues, and even continental rivals with the discovery of an upcoming and rare celestial alignment of 7 stars. Sullivan has calculated this event will occur in December, sometime within the next few weeks. This unique conjunction, as it called in astronomical terms, will be barely visible for the human eye. Detailed observation will require special optical equipment, which only the academic has in its possession. Even with the equipment, Professor Sullivan noted that conditions must favor a proper viewing of these stars. He took great pleasure in adding that this celestial event will provide an unexpected boon for expert stargazers. The alignment will reveal an 8th star ordinarily concealed by its neighbors and whose existence has never been clearly established. The revelation that Formalhaut, as it's called in ancient text, Formalhaut, might be observed had to be the cause of the audience excited shouts. Blah blah blah. Strange, the recent visit of the Swedish princess Ildur will be remembered as yet an unfortunate event. Ooh, extraordinary affair with the chocolate auk that, which readers may recall, led to dismiss of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The British diplomatic corps have been further... here we go. This member of our inner circle visited our fair city during his spare time and never returned from his last night promenade. The police have the greatest confidence that their inquiry will be successful, as the missing man is a striking representative of the Scandinavian race and should have been noted during his visits. Let's see, so Jason at the Northern Lighthouse Board announced the loss of their faithful employee. Oh, Jesus. We'll read that later. God damn. Alright, so, the other thing was a bookstore, if I'm not mistaken. Golden Line. What the fuck is this?
Pardon me, I'm looking for the Barnes bookshop. Would you happen to know it?
I know the place, know it well, Mr. Holmes. The bookshop is on Glentworth Street. Take your first right and then the next left, and you'll find it straight away.
Thank you. Ooh, are you a lady of the night? Hello? Hello? Sherlock Holmes wants his milk. And so does this guy. Alright, what we got? You look suspicious. Ah, but you're not at all. Now, where is this bookstore?
My respects, Miss Fleming.
Good day, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, what the fuck was that? Wait. What did I get? Did I get an item? The map, What the fuck? Whatever. There we go. There we go.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. How are you? I have some new novels that should interest you. A nice illustrated volume on fish and a collection of legends on piracy. They must be here somewhere.
Fish and pirates. Well, if there's ever a Cthulhu thing that's going on with those stars as well. Oh yeah, okay, no, it's the map. Alright, so let's find these books, huh? What is that?
Ah, the pirate's book.
Dude, they wrote a lot for this. Let's see. Who pretended to be the lover of his brother-in-law? We now close chapter of the cruise of the famous pirates with the most terrible of the other dreaded sharks of McGrinty. Never before has one band of seafaring men had as many abominable and bloody crimes to their foul credit as McGrinty and the sharks. To fully list their atrocities would likely require a dozen dedicated volumes. McGrinty himself is regarded by experts as a psychopath and a deviant, in spite of his indisputable seafaring skills and qualities as a leader. His refusal to give any quarter to those who surrendered is well documented. In particular, his preference for dispatching the unfortunate survivors by either slicing them to ribbons or performing slow evisceration. There is also his well-known unnatural attraction to dead men of the cloth, which is supported by numerous witness statements. Clearly a man of profane appetites and disregarded for all humanity. In recent years, his depraved reputation has faded from public awareness, and the younger generations know McGrinty primarily for his romantic tales of the infamous lost treasure. And the interest is well based, as McGrinty's treasure cage is estimated by the Royal Navy Registers as one of the richest of its kind. Gold, precious stones, jewelry, works of art, but some of the riches taken from vanquished ships by this pirate lord and his crew. The biggest mystery is the whereabouts of this fabled booty. No trace of it has surfaced in these long years. Blah, blah, blah. We'll read that later. It's actually, where's that fish? Here we go, because we're also looking for a book for fish. The day before yesterday, a bargeman notified the river watch about a strange jellyfish floating in the Thames. The watch searched the dark waters into the shuck, spotted what appeared to be a human scalp. Upon closer inspection, it proved to be a wig re-dyed bright red. According to a label embroidered on the wig's scalp cap, it was the property of a well-known local theatrical company. Unfortunately, the company is said to have fallen into a sad state. Its reputation is rapidly dwindling, and its actors allegedly have taken alcoholic beverages. Okay, so no fish at all, actually. Now, where is this fish book?
A book about sea fauna.
I know. Lane Snapper Silver Suture. I bet we're going to need to use this for a puzzle. Was that all? I think so, right?
I will take them.
Thank you, and goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
Man, Sherlock Holmes must be really bored that he wants a book about fish. Why do you want a book about fish? Why would I want a video game about fish? Finding Nemo, the video game. Oh my god! You're so cute! Uh-oh.
Holmes! Here!
I'm not your dog. What up, Watson?
Ah, it's good that I found you, Holmes. As I told you this morning, I visited Captain Stenick. Although his symptoms are not serious, the circumstances which caused his palpitations are quite peculiar. Perhaps you can make something of it.
All right.
Here is Captain Stenick and Sergeant Ruffles.
All right, let me talk to him. Hello. What's going on? Tell me.
Captain, I understand from Watson you are quite upset.
Any man will be the same, and with less provocation. My servant has left in the middle of the night. Damned ungrateful after all I have done for him. To top it off, he knows not one word of English. Finally, if he causes any damage, I will bear the brunt of people's anger and suffer the consequences, as I am the person who brought him to England.
How long was he in your employment, and is he accustomed to vanishing in this manner?
We returned from Australia more than 5 months
That's an original,
ago now. But to his credit, he never left this house before now. He is afraid of the city, as are many inhabitants from open spaces.
Could he have stolen something?
Upon my word, no.
How much money does he have on his person?
Frankly speaking, he didn't have any money. I kept his wages for him, and they are in my safe. In any event, what the deuce would he have a need for money?
Who knew that he worked at your home, and had he any contacts here in London?
Anyone who deals with me professionally knows Baopa is my personal servant. As for his contacts, they are limited to the delivery men who bring food or other items to my home. What reason could he have to see anyone other than myself?
Okay. He might have probably skipped down because he heard maybe about the stars aligning.
Now then, Sergeant, what is it about, and what elements of the crime do you have documented?
Referring to the official report, the following particulars were taken down. A young Maori,
Maori.
responding to the name Baopa was reported missing by his employer, Mr. Stenick. No one in the surrounding area saw or heard anything relevant to this incident. In truth, we rarely concern ourselves with cases such as this, but the lad speaks not a single word of English, and according to his employer, has considerable strength. Considering the wild customs of his native land, who knows what damage he could cause?
That's racist.
You must know, Mr. Holmes, there have been a few similar cases reported recently. The facts are much the same. Immigrants from the poor districts have been reported missing by their families. We expect that some low-class brothel has opened its doors to the local exotics, and Mr. Holmes, you can imagine how word would spread. Mark my words, with his unique looks and speech, you will find this boy in no time. I imagine he'll have nothing worse to show than empty pockets and a delighted air.
That is a possibility, to be sure. However, I would be most grateful if you could ask your superiors to send me the reports about those similar cases. I rely on you, Ruffles. Watson, continue your search here. I must follow another lead.
Really, what is that lead then, Mr. Watson? Wait, what's that lead? Are we talking about the fish? What we got? Do we have reports? No. We got pirates, blah, 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 blah. Actually, wait a minute. Let's see. Very little about the fate of both the treasure and the sinister captain and his crew. There's one report that hints at the hiding place of McGrinty's lost riches, though it is of dubious quality. On November 1801, near the west coast of Scotland, the crew of a fishing boat witnessed a battle between the pirate horde and another ship. McGrinty was the victor and boarded the vanquished ship, which was laden with rum and molasses from the new continent. Fishermen then observed the pirates sailing back into coastal waters. Being some afraid, they took to sea as quickly as possible. From that day, there was little word of McGrinty and his sharks. There are outlandish tales of the devil coming to claim his due, taking hold of McGrinty's vessel, the vampire, and turning it into a ghost ship. McGrinty and his crew were never seen again, but there are those who swear they saw the ghostly vampire ship being captained and crewed by the undead. Basically, it is Pirates of the Caribbean 2, what you're dealing with here. I don't know the lead that Holmes is talking about. Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
What a peculiar drawing.
What we got here? In the shack where the young Maori Baopa was living, there's a